Hey everybody, what is going on? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you guys are watching this. Happy Thursday. It is June 30th, 2022. It is the last day of June. Can't believe we're all already done with June. Like, today is the last day of the first half of the year. Like, that is insane. Like, it's the last day of this first half of 2022. That's insane. Like, we are already halfway through 2022. 2023 will be here a lot sooner than probably a lot of us will think. But anyway, today we're going to be doing a tier list, as you can see, of the baseball movies. Now, as you can see by this tier here, I haven't seen before. I haven't seen all the movies on this list, but I'm going to go through the ones that I have seen and then just talk about whether and just rank them on a tier list. So, pretty simple. I tried to find a tier list about just sports movies in general, but I don't know. I haven't seen a whole lot of sports movies either. The sport movies I have seen are mainly baseball, football, and then occasionally basketball, like Coach Carter. That's a great movie. The new movie where on Netflix where Adam Sandler is a scout for the 76ers. That's a really good movie as well. There are some good basketball movies and great football movies as well, but I'm going to talk about the baseball movies, and baseball is also kind of the main subject it's kind of the main sport we talk about as well, so might as well give it a shot. Hopefully you guys do enjoy this tier list. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new here, comment down below. What's your favorite baseball movie? So as we can see here, as you can see for the tiers, we have the tier I haven't seen before. As you can see, that's pretty much took care of that category pretty quickly. We have the elite tier. We have the tier that is good, we have the okay tier, and then we have the bust tier, which is the movies that are bad. So, we're going to start off with The Rookie. This is the kid from Two and a Half Men's in this movie. The Rookie, this is based off of a true story. It's an okay movie. It's not my all-time favorite baseball movie, but it's fun to watch. For those of you who don't know, again, this is a true story based off of a guy who moves to Texas. Like, he played baseball when he was a kid, moves to Texas, and the town didn't have baseball for a while, and then he became a coach, and his team's like really bad, and so they make a deal whether we try and if we win state, you have to try out with the major league team. So the team tried out, so the team won state and all that stuff. And then the guy, he tried out with the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. I think this movie came out in, I think, the early 2000s, like 2002, 2003. Just to give you guys an idea of when this movie came out. But it's an okay movie. It's not my favorite of all time. But the scene where he tries out with the Rays and then he makes his debut in Arlington, it's a really, really good scene. Overall, it's not a bad movie. 61. This talks about Roger Maris and Mickey Mantle. I've only seen it once, so I'm gonna put it in okay as well. Basically, it just talks about Roger Maris and Mickey Mantle breaking the single-season home run record in 1961, I believe. It was the year when Roger Maris broke it. And then, of course, in 1998, Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa. And then the most recent, Barry Bonds now has the record, 73 home runs in 2001, but it's an okay movie. Again, I've only seen it a couple of times. Yeah, it's alright. Next up, we have The Sandlot. It would be a crime if The Sandlot was not in the elite tier. Like, this movie, it's so fun to watch. I think every 90s kid has watched The Sandlot. I bet you there are a lot of people who got into baseball because of The Sandlot. I mean, and it's a different kind of form of baseball. Obviously, a lot of these movies talk about, the major leagues, or they're in the minor leagues, and occasionally little league as well. But here it just talks about actual, like, Sandlot baseball. Like, this talks about, baseball, Sandlot baseball in the 60s. Obviously, everybody's seen Sandlot. I don't really need to go through the plot or anything. But the first movie is good, and then they made like a second movie, which it's okay, and then the second and third movies were garbage. But the first Sandlot movie, super elite. I mean, it'd be a crime if that movie was not in the elite tier. Next up we have League of Their Own. This is a good movie. Actually, you know what? This is elite. This is an elite movie too. It's a drama and a comedy. Tom Hanks plays the manager in this movie. I forget his name. I think it's Jimmy Dugan. Tom Hanks. He's like this alcoholic manager kind of character. He fucking kills it in this movie. I apologize if you don't like me swearing, but Tom Hanks, he's great in this movie. And then obviously this movie is about a girls' baseball league. It took place around World War II. There were a lot of major league players that were actually served in World War II. And while that was going on, it's like, you know what? We need to try and get like a professional baseball league for girls. And so, this is a true story. One of the teams was actually in Rockford, Illinois, which is pretty cool. I live in Illinois, and that's pretty cool. Rockford Peaches. Lots of celebrities are in this movie. I believe Madonna's in this movie. Rosie O'Donnell's in this movie. Tom Hanks, like I said before, he kills it in this movie. My favorite scene is when they're on the bus. He's passed out with the lady, tries to wake him up, and then he just gives her a big ass smooch. And then he realizes like who it is. Takes another drink. Why'd we stop? Luke quit. Who's Lou? The driver. By the way, I loved you in The Wizard of Oz. Like that scene was just fucking amazing. Next up, we have another elite film, Field of Dreams, with Kevin Costner. Major League Baseball last year did a game out in Iowa, which was based off of this movie, with the Yankees and the White Sox, which that was probably one of the best Major League Baseball games of the 2021 season. Like, that was a really good game. Brought in a lot of casual fans tell me, it's like, man, that was one of the greatest games I've ever watched. I did not watch it, unfortunately. I was actually out of town when the Field of Dreams game was going on, but the Field of Dreams movie with Kevin Costner, brilliant movie. If you build it, they will come. Indeed, a lot of people, they built a new field, and a lot of people came. Alright, this is the last movie going into the elite tier for a while. Major League Baseball and comedy. Brilliant. I mean, this is obviously this focuses around the Cleveland. I don't know if I'm allowed to say Cleveland Indians or not, but screw it. I'm going to say it. The Cleveland Indians are in a rebuild, and around this time, I think the Indians in real life were in a rebuilding phase, and they bring in Charlie Sheen, in this movie. There are a bunch of other actors that are pretty well known. The Allstate 8 guy is in this movie, so that's pretty funny. But yeah, the owner, she tries to make it where the team's really bad, so that way they can relocate to Florida, I think. But they prove her wrong. They win the whole American League pennant. Bob Ecker's the announcer in this movie. He's great. He's got some funny scenes in this movie. And this movie's really quotable too. Like, every baseball fan I know has quoted the Major League at least once. Yeah, this movie's pretty good. Great movie. Next up we have Rookie of the Year. I'll put it in okay. Notice how nothing in good and nothing in bust yet. But Rookie of the Year, this is a kid who breaks his arm, and then when he heals it, he can throw really hard. Cubs scout him. He tries out with the Cubs. He makes it as a pitcher. This movie's not really a whole lot to say about this movie. That's pretty much it. Not a whole lot to talk about. Bull Durham, another Kevin Costner film. I'm gonna put it in good. I'm not putting it in elite because I don't know. To be honest, when I first watched Bull Durham, I actually found this movie kind of boring. But then I watched it again. It's just a rom-com with Kevin Costner. It's not my favorite, but it's whatever. We Bare Bears, this is the original. I'm gonna put it in good as well. I've only seen the remake with Billy Bob Thornton. And that movie's okay. This movie, you know what? I'm gonna put it in okay because I haven't seen it too much. It's all right. Not a lot to talk about. Angels in the Outfield. Another movie I just find okay. This is a movie I enjoyed as a kid. I had it on VHS, and now watching it as a kid or as an adult, now that I'm a little bit older, I realize, wow, this movie's really cheesy. It has a great cast. You have the Jordan Levitt. He's really good. If that's his name, hang on. Yeah, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. He's really good. Danny Glover's in this movie. They bring in Christopher Lloyd as the umpire. Brenda Fricker. She was the homeless lady in Home Alone 2. She's in this movie. Nice cast. Again, kind of like Major League. The Angels are really bad. The kid shows up to games. He sees angels, like real angels, messing with the team, and then all of a sudden they start winning games. Again, really cheesy. I don't have any movies to put in bust. Benchwarmers can go in bust. It's a stupid movie. Rob Schneider, David Spade, and then the guy from Napoleon Dynamite's in this movie. Just 3 guys playing baseball because it's really stupid. There's a lot of dumb jokes in this movie. It's not good. It's not a good movie. Perfect Game. This can also go in the bust. Again, kind of cheesy. Really dumb movie. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Any other movies that can go in elite? Moneyball can go in elite. This movie, I actually plan on doing like a review on this movie on my other channel, the Bill Seaver channel, which I'll put a link to down below in the description. Moneyball, basically, the whole point of it, Brad Pitt plays Billy Beane. He's trying to rebuild the A's with the low budget, and he starts rebuilding the team with statistics like on base percentage, slugging, OPS, all that, WAR, WHIP, all that stuff. And that's kind of what it seems like. But he's also, you can tell he's been kind of called like a loser his whole life. Because Billy Beane in real life actually played in the major leagues, and that didn't go so well. His team's always losing in the first round of the playoffs. Again, I plan on doing a solo review on this movie, but it's so goddamn good. You gotta watch it. I watch it whenever it's on Netflix. It's on Hulu. I know a lot of people were very pissed when this movie got taken off Netflix. It's on Hulu. If you have Hulu, you could watch it. Don't know if any of these other movies are on Benchwarmers. I know Benchwarmers was on Netflix for a long time, and then they took it off. I think Sandlot's on Disney Plus now, which is good. Anyway, Perfect Game, another Kevin Costner movie. I haven't seen it before, but it looks good. Same with The Scout. I haven't seen that, but it looks good. Next up, is this the movie where with the Black Sox scandal? Seen it once. I'm not going to talk about this movie because I've only seen it once. I don't remember. I remember Charlie Sheen's in this movie. But I've seen it once. I've seen it before, but is this I think it's the movie that talks about the Black Sox scandal. Heard it's really good. This is the movie that kind of got Charlie Sheen's acting career going. Little Big League. This movie's good. I really enjoyed Little Big League. It's every kid's dream. When I was a kid at one point, obviously I wanted to play in the major leagues, but I felt like, you know what, if I'm not good enough to play baseball, why don't I, try coaching baseball? And this kid, his grandfather's the owner of the Minnesota Twins, and then he ends up dying, unfortunately, and he gives the Twins to Billy, the grandkid, and then he becomes the owner of the Twins. And at one point, he ends up firing his manager, which is the narrator from Unsolved Mysteries. I forget his name. Rest in peace. He was a really good actor. He was really good in this movie. Yeah, it's a good movie. Great movie. So then he becomes the manager. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Mr. Baseball. This is the next movie on here. I think everybody's mom or grandmother had a poster of Tom Selleck in their bedroom. I think my great grandmother, she had a Tom Selleck poster. Mr. Baseball. It's okay. Not great, not bad. Battered Bastards of Baseball. This is actually a Netflix documentary of the Portland Mavericks. It was an independent ball team. Where do I put it? I'm going to put it in good. It was good. Basically, Bing Russell. If you guys remember who he was on every Western movie. He became an owner of a minor league ball club in Portland. He was the Portland Mavericks owner. Not sure if the Portland Mavericks are still around. I'm pretty sure they are. And then the Portland Beavers are still there. Not sure about the Portland Mavericks. I think they are. I legit have no clue. But anyway, they're a good team from what I've heard. Oh, they came back in 2021. That's cool. But anyway, this documentary is pretty good. I'd recommend it to anybody who's into this movie. Yeah, it's all right. Fever Pitch. This is a rom-com with Jimmy Fallon and Drew Barrymore. Basically, the movie where Jimmy Fallon's a Red Sox fan. I'm gonna put it in. Yeah, it wasn't good. It was just okay. Not bad for a rom-com. Jimmy Fallon, kind of weird seeing him as a Red Sox fan when I think in real life he's a Yankees fan. And obviously his late night shows in is also in New York too, so it's kind of odd. Say what you want about Jimmy Fallon as a late night host. I think I like Jimmy Fallon. I think he's okay. Drew Barrymore does good in this movie. This takes place around the time the Red Sox won the World Series in 2004. So yeah, not a bad movie. Mr. 3000 with Bernie Mac. Very underrated movie. I think this is probably one of the more underrated baseball movies. I'm not putting it in elite. But Bernie Mac, he plays for the Brewers. He tries to get 3,000 hits, but turns out he was 3 hits short. So he tries to come back to the major leagues and tries to get those 3 hits back, so that way he can be Mr. 3000. Not a whole lot to say about this movie. Some people don't really like Bernie Mac in this movie, which is interesting because a lot of people say he's kind of a jackass in this movie at first, but then, either way, I didn't really care much for it, but I'm gonna put it in good for now. Hero. This is the only animated movie on here. I'm gonna put it in okay. Basically, it's a kid. He has Babe Ruth's bat, tries to get it back to him. This is the 32 World Series with the Cubs and Yankees. It's a great animated movie. Haven't watched this in years, but Robin Williams has an uncredited role in this movie, which is interesting. And then 42, brilliant movie. Like, this is probably one of my favorite movies from 2013. Obviously, it talks about Jackie Robinson. It's on Netflix, which is great. I watch it whenever it is on Netflix. I try to watch all these movies whenever they're on Netflix. Not a lot to say. I think that's it for the baseball tier list. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. Like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments below what's your favorite baseball movie. Do you agree with my list? Yeah, let me know. So the elite tier is Sandlot, League of Their Own, Field of Dreams, Major League, Moneyball, and 42. The good tier is Bull Durham, League of Their Own, Battered Bastards of Baseball, Mr. 3000. K tier is Rookie, 61, Rookie of the Year. We Bears, or Angels of the Outfield, Mr. Baseball, Fever Pitch, and Hero. And then the bust tier is Benchwarmers and Perfect Game. And then obviously there's the haven't seen before tier. I actually plan on seeing this down, the Kevin Costner Detroit Tiger movie soon. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'll talk to you guys later.